All right, I'm not gonna bore you with the theory today. You already know me, I'm part of the community. But I just thought to actually, I was speaking with Ian and we said, okay, why don't we do like a recap of what happened in Davos last week? Because myself and Lisa McClory were in Davos last week talking about the future of NFTs. So I thought, perhaps it was a good idea to actually give you a bit of, a taste of what's going on in Switzerland. So the first trend, tokenization. Everybody was basically talking about tokenization of absolutely everything. So tokenization here is more introduced as a concept where you can just basically, convert anything you own, whether it's digital or physical, into something that is basically going to be put on a blockchain. Now, the interesting part is the value of this market, because last year we were looking at 100 million market cap. Now we're talking about 800 million as of today. So that's why a lot of the investors there were actually very bullish about tokenization. And they were not looking at this as a FUD. They were just looking basically at this as a real thing that is going to drive the next wave of investments. There was also the CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, who basically said tokenization should not be regulated by the SEC. Although the SEC there was actually had a different idea. But he compared tokenization basically to data and explained how tokens are used to prove and represent a real thing. So, that's his opinion. But anyway, this was one of the biggest buzzwords that I heard over and over again across a lot of panels. Trend number 2, DePIN. Now, how many of you, can you please raise your hand if you heard of DePIN before? Okay, well, not many actually. So it's interesting, I put in there because I was actually attending a couple of talks, and DePIN was actually brought up by Morales as one of their top 5 trends for 2024. And DePIN actually is an umbrella term that basically stands for crypto incentives, incentivize to efficiently coordinate the build out and operation of physical infrastructure. So it's basically decentralized physical infrastructure. And this one includes basically AI, telcos, data transfer, energy management. Basically, they're looking at this as the next big DeFi trends. And also, it's better than DeFi because potentially it's not going to have any impact on regulations. So you're going to be quite safe. Plus, it involves a lot of the big corporates out there that they already have like their hands on our infrastructure. So they also looked at this as a very interesting, profitable area, and of course, one that was very palatable to investors. The third trend was regulation. Surprise, not surprises here, guys. Bitcoin ETF was, of course, the big talk of town. They were basically talking about Bitcoin ETF that's brought crypto to be a mainstream asset class. Interesting thing, 80% of G20 countries have now adopted crypto regulations, and MiCA was very much is seen as this piece of document, the blueprint for many countries out there. There were a lot of American people there. They were not very happy to talk about regulations or how the US are approaching this. But at least they were talking about MiCA, and not many people actually were talking about the UK regulations on the other side. They were looking at this with a bit of a skeptical eye, which was a little bit sad to hear, being a business based in the UK. But regulations are needed. They all agreed on that and will be expanded to other asset classes. This was very clear by a lot of the people that talked at panels on the regulatory side, for instance, NFTs. AI, guys, AI took over the promenade, and I've been in Davos before, and Davos was basically full of crypto until a couple of years ago. Now it was all about AI everywhere, and of course, it's all about enterprise AI. Microsoft, Intel, Meta, you just name it. It was like, this was the AI house, by the way. If I'm not wrong, a couple of years ago, that was like the Cardano house. So it was just like, things are changing. And of course, the AI was actually the big talk of town. But in one of, when I was at the Crypto Valley Labs talk, they were talking about AI being almost this blockchain actually. They were looking at blockchain and AI. They looked at how blockchain could potentially prevent some problems that we're seeing at the moment with AI, such as hallucination, algorithm hallucination, provenance of data. So there is a little bit of some interesting talks here, and a lot of investors are looking at this AI and blockchain very closely. And of course, the last trend, last but not least, is NFT 2.0. A lot of people were talking about NFT 2.0. NFTs are not JPEGs anymore. The whole institutional marketing is expecting much more from this technology and the people working with NFTs. And basically the word that I was hearing over and over again was NFTs as the tokenization of everything is going to be the gateway to redemption for this technology. So some new things, some existing, some things that probably won't surprise you that much. Anyway, we finished the Davos with a win. So we actually were at the Crypto 2030. This is Lisa over here, Mo that you actually met. We were talking about the future of NFTs. And then, of course, Niftyz actually won the Davos Disruptors NFT Pioneers. So, we were very, very happy to actually be there. Yeah. So it's just bring a piece of Manchester there. All right, guys. So this is me. Thank you so much. I thought to give you, hopefully that was a nice roundup.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.